Have you ever wondered how our ancient ancestors lived thousands of years ago? This question takes us back to the dawn of civilization, where the first seeds of human society were sown. The cradle of civilization, as it's often called, is believed to have been in a region known as Mesopotamia. This land, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, is where the first documented signs of human civilization emerged around 5,000 years ago. Life in ancient Mesopotamia was a far cry from what we know today. However, it was here that many of the cornerstones of modern society were laid. City-states began to form, each with its own ruling entity and distinctive culture. These city-states were often fortified, providing safety and security for their inhabitants. But perhaps the most revolutionary development of this time was the invention of writing. The Sumerians, one of the earliest civilizations in Mesopotamia, created a system of writing known as cuneiform. This was no small feat, as it allowed for the recording of history, laws, and trade agreements, forever altering the course of human progress. Simultaneously, agriculture was taking root. The fertile soil of Mesopotamia made it an ideal location for farming, and as a result, people began to settle, cultivating the land and domesticating animals. This marked a significant shift from a nomadic lifestyle to one of permanence and stability. As we cast our gaze further afield, we find other ancient civilizations rising alongside Mesopotamia. In the fertile lands of the Nile, the Egyptian civilization was burgeoning. Far east, along the banks of the Yellow River, the Chinese civilization was taking shape, and in the Indian subcontinent, the Indus Valley Civilization was starting to flourish. These ancient civilizations, each unique and diverse, were the foundation stones of our modern world. They pioneered advancements in various fields such as science, mathematics, and philosophy, and their influence can still be felt today. As these civilizations grew and evolved, they laid the foundation for much of our modern world. From here, our journey through history continues, as empires rise and fall, and humanity marches on towards the future. But what happens when civilizations become too big to manage? Let's dive into the rise and fall of empires, a fascinating journey through the ebb and flow of human history. Picture the rise of the Roman Empire, a civilization that stretched from the sandy deserts of Africa to the chilly shores of Britain. The Romans, with their ingenious engineering, legal systems, and artistic expression, profoundly shaped Western civilization. However, no empire lasts forever. The vast Roman Empire, grappling with internal strife and external invasions, eventually crumbled. Its downfall ushered in what we now call the Dark Ages, a time of cultural and economic decline in Europe. Yet, even in its decline, the Roman Empire left an indelible mark. Its architectural marvels still stand tall today, a testament to its past glory. As the West entered the Dark Ages, the East was on the brink of a brilliant era. The Islamic Golden Age was taking root, a time of extraordinary advancements in science, technology, and culture. From the elegant arches of Cordoba to the bustling markets of Baghdad, this was an age of discovery and enlightenment. Yet, the wheel of time spares no one. The Islamic Golden Age, too, faded away, leaving behind a rich legacy that continues to inspire us today. But as one empire declined, another rose. The Mongol Empire, with its remarkable horsemen and efficient communication system, emerged as a formidable force. It became the largest contiguous land empire in history, stretching from the azure coasts of the Pacific to the heart of Eastern Europe. Empires may rise and fall, but each one leaves a lasting impact on the world. They shape our languages, our cultures, our ways of thinking. Their stories, etched in the pages of history, remind us of the impermanence of power and the resilience of the human spirit. They show us that civilizations like phoenixes can rise from the ashes, forever influencing the course of humanity. What would you do if you discovered a whole new world? Imagine being in the shoes of Christopher Columbus, setting sail into the unknown, driven by a thirst for adventure and the allure of undiscovered lands. This monumental voyage marked the beginning of the Age of Discovery, a period of extensive exploration that spanned the 15th to the 17th centuries. Columbus's journey in 1492 was a catalyst for the exploration of the Americas, a new world from the perspective of the European explorers. These explorers were motivated by the 3 Gs, God, gold, and glory. They sought to spread Christianity, amass wealth, and gain personal renown. However, the arrival of these explorers had a profound impact on the indigenous populations. The encounters between the native inhabitants and the European settlers were often marked by violence, disease, and cultural displacement. The Europeans brought with them illnesses to which the indigenous populations had no immunity, leading to devastating epidemics. The indigenous cultures, rich in their own rights, were often undermined, their histories rewritten, and their lands taken away. This was the darker side of colonization, a legacy that still resonates today. But it wasn't all doom and gloom. The Age of Discovery also heralded the establishment of new trade routes, connecting different parts of the world in ways never before possible. It marked the beginning of globalization, as items such as spices, silk, and precious metals started to circulate globally. This era of exploration paved the way for the exchange of ideas, cultures, and goods, knitting together the tapestry of our shared global history. The Age of Discovery forever changed the course of history, leading to the world as we know it today. It was a time of curiosity, courage, and conquest, a time when the world became a little smaller, and the human story became a little more intertwined. As we continue our journey through history, let's not forget the lessons from this era, the beauty of discovery, and the importance of respecting all cultures and peoples. How did we transition from agrarian societies to the technological world we live in today? This question takes us to the doorstep of the Industrial Revolution, a period of dramatic change that began in the late 18th century. The Industrial Revolution was like a giant alarm clock that roused the world from an agricultural slumber and set it on a fast-paced, mechanized path. It was during this time that we saw a significant shift from rural areas to bustling cities, a process known as urbanization. The countryside was no longer the epicenter of life. Instead, towns swelled into cities, brimming with factories and billowing smokestacks. These factories became the heart of the revolution, pumping out a stream of inventions and advancements in technology. The power looms sped up textile production, transforming the industry. The steam engine revolutionized transportation, shrinking distances between cities and countries. These innovations were not just mechanical, they were societal, reshaping the way people lived and worked. But the echoes of the Industrial Revolution didn't stop there. They reverberated into the 20th century, a period we refer to as the modern era. This era was marked by global conflicts like the World Wars, ideological battles such as the Cold War, and groundbreaking scientific advancements. The World Wars in particular were catalysts for change. They accelerated technological progress, leading to advancements in communication, medicine, and weaponry. The Cold War, on the other hand, was a chess match of political strategy and technological one-upmanship, pushing the boundaries of space exploration and nuclear power. Then came the digital revolution, a seismic shift that has defined the late 20th and early 21st centuries. This period saw the birth of the internet and the proliferation of digital technology, fundamentally changing the way we communicate, work, and live. The Industrial Revolution was the turning point, the spark that ignited a chain reaction of progress and innovation. It set the stage for the modern era, a time of rapid change and progress, shaping the world as we know it today. The Industrial Revolution set the stage for the modern era, a time of rapid change and progress. So, where are we headed next in the grand scheme of history? As we stand on the brink of tomorrow, we're faced with a world that is rapidly changing, propelled by the relentless march of technology, the ever-shifting landscape of geopolitics, and the looming specter of climate change. Climate change, with its potential to reshape our world, is perhaps the most immediate concern. From rising sea levels to extreme weather events, the effects of our changing climate are already being felt. Yet, these challenges also present opportunities for innovation. From renewable energy solutions to sustainable agriculture, we have the potential to write a new chapter in our history, one that sees us rise to the challenge and safeguard our planet for future generations. In the realm of technology, we're witnessing advancements at a pace never seen before. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and genetic engineering are no longer the stuff of science fiction, but tangible realities that are transforming our world. These advancements could redefine what it means to be human, opening up possibilities we can barely imagine. But they also raise important ethical questions that we, as a society, must address. Geopolitical shifts, too, are shaping our future. As power dynamics shift and new alliances are formed, the world map is being redrawn. These shifts have far-reaching implications not only for politics but for culture, economics, and our shared global identity. Yet despite these sweeping changes, let's not forget that history is shaped not just by grand events, but by the choices of individuals. Each of us, in our own way, has a role to play in shaping the future. Whether it's through our work, our votes, or our everyday actions, we have the power to make a difference. History is not just about the past, it's about understanding our present and shaping our future. What kind of history will you help write?